Well, good morning and happy Monday. I, for one, love a Monday. So, good morning. This is the time of year that a lot of us are setting goals and thinking about the year ahead. And as you do that, I want to take this opportunity today to sell you on the idea of process over outcomes. I want to sell you today on this idea of developing yourself. Now, I don't have a problem with setting goals or resolutions. I've been known to set a few myself. But I do want to ask you this year to consider another way to think about your goals and your resolutions. I want to invite you to take the next few days to study and evaluate, not just the last year, but of your life as a whole. To use this week to take the time to take stock of who you are. What is true about you? What is true about your life? Assess who you've allowed yourself to become. I want to encourage you to assess and determine what's worked for you so far in life and what hasn't worked. What's it time to finally let go of? And where should you double down? You know, our own history is valuable. None of our life's experiences are meant to be single use. And as hard as it may sometimes be, our lives aren't meant to be something to just get through, to survive and then forget. Our past should serve as an investment in our future, a sort of instructional manual for how to proceed. So I want to encourage you through that reflection to then begin to think about not just the goals you have for yourself, not just the outcomes that you're looking to create in 2025, but to think about the kind of person you have to become in order to create the new results you want for your life. Who must you be to start that business? To finally quit that job, to better your marriage, or to find love? What kind of person has the things that you want to have? What kind of person does the things that you want to do? What kind of person has the relationships that you want to have? Now, I don't know about you, but there have been some things that I have resolved to change in a new year that I've resolved to change before. I've had some repeat resolutions. I'm not quite there on some things that I wish were there. I didn't accomplish some of those goals that I wanted to achieve. Maybe you've experienced that too. When I reflect on that for myself, I have to admit that things are still the same because I'm still the same. When the truth is, if we want to change our lives, we have to change ourselves. That's why today I hope to sell you on the idea of developing yourself, of developing your mindset, of creating the personal philosophy by which you live your life. Doing so is how we set our life sail. It's how we set the direction for where we want to go and how we want our lives to look, so that when the wind blows, we aren't a victim of the storm or the changing winds, but we are rather the master of our fate, the captain of our soul, as so well said by William Ernest Henley. Check out Invictus and the life of William Ernest Henley. The guy had TB at a young age, caught it at a young age. He was mostly shut in. No one wanted to be around him. And he still wrote this incredible poem. And I'm sure you've heard the poem Invictus, but if you don't know anything about the poet, learn about William Ernest Henley. Incredible, incredible story. I'm not telling you anything today that you don't already know. The winds are here, and the storms are coming. If the past is prologue, then this year, the next 4 years, are going to be chaos. And yet, during that time, some people will make their fortune. They'll write their book. They'll perform their best concerts. They will get in the best shape of their lives. They'll develop better friendships. They'll repair the fractures in their family. They will fall in love. Now, to be clear, it's not lost on me that not everyone is going to get that chance. I understand the political climate. But it's also true that many who could and should simply won't. Many who could and should will forfeit to circumstance and distractions. Our society is a reflection of us, and a better society starts with a better us. Is that selfish? To think about developing myself in the midst of all that's going wrong, is that selfish? No. Developing yourself is never selfish, mainly because the rest of us have to put up with you. We all benefit when you work on you, so please develop yourself. We need more self-aware, emotionally intelligent, hardworking, ethical, and morally grounded people in the world. So set your goals. Resolve to step into your greatness. Commit to doing the hard work on yourself that will lead to the life you want for you. What you want for the people you care about, for the society, for the world that you want to create. To do so means that you're going to have to skill up, to get stronger, to get better. But you can. You can because you have more access to information than any set of human beings to ever walk the earth. You can make good choices about the kind of information you're going to consume. You can protect your mind, protect your attention, protect your energy. You can focus on the things that matter. Don't major in minor things. You can focus on the knowledge and skills that you need to develop yourself into the person you know you can be. I have a framework that I use for myself and with clients. It's called consistent compounding effort, and its purpose is right there in the name. It's a tool that encourages us to determine what efforts require the consistency necessary to realize the outcomes. Because effort, just like money, compounds over time. I've shared with you before that I'm the guy who goes to the gym, I'll do some sit-ups, and then I'll go to the mirror and I'll check to see if my six-pack abs have popped out. I'm also the guy who will eat a handful of cookies and then go check the mirror to see how fat I've gotten. But that's not how life works, is it? No, it's not the one-time thing that makes the difference. It's the consistency of the behavior over time. Going to the gym once, you're not going to see any results. Maybe a little bar pump, as we used to call it in my 20s. But if you go to the gym consistently, every day for a year, you're going to see the compounding results of your effort. You eat those cookies on Christmas Day, not a big deal. You eat those cookies consistently, every day for a year, you're going to see the consequence of that behavior. It's not setting the resolution or writing down the goal that matters. It's the little things we do. It's the person we become on our journey toward achieving it. It's the person we have to become in order to achieve it. Along the way, others may not understand why you do what you do. They're not going to understand why you want to do hard things. Why do you want to put yourself out there like you do? Why take the risk? Why do you try so hard? You're comfortable. Why continually dust yourself off and get back at it? Why? They're not going to understand it. And they'll probably let you know that they don't understand it. And when they do, it's going to be easy for you to doubt yourself. You can't control what others are going to think about you on your way to greatness. I have tried and tried and tried. Can't do it. Can't control it. But you can control what you think of yourself. That's one of the things I try to develop for myself all the time. That's part of the journey. Controlling the thoughts we have about ourselves. So rather than doubting myself, I think of myself as the person who lives that mindset, that philosophy that I pray for you every time I get on here. May you have joy, peace, and happiness, good health and well-being, a life of ease and prosperity, the courage to get what you want from this life, the clarity to know what that is, the imagination to not sell yourself short, and the discipline to see it through.